Hello there! In this demo video, we will see how to create a dashboard using Silzila BI tool. I'm in Silzila website. Let me log in as I have already registered an enterprise account. In Homepage, you will see a list of workspaces you have access to. As an admin, from Homepage, you can access to users, groups, and admins page and other settings sections. Let me create a new workspace. I will call it as Demo. Let us get into Demo Workspace. Inside Demo Workspace, I can create Sub-Workspace. Or I can add data sources like Excel files or database connections or Web API. On top of data source, I can create dataset or schema, and I can visualize data using Playbook. First, let us create a connection to a database. Silzila supports all popular databases. I'm selecting Postgres, filling the connection details, test my connection, and save the connection. I'm choosing my current workspace and save it. The saved connection is listed in Demo Workspace. Unlike many BI tools, you can save the DB connection separately and reuse it in Silzila. Now, let me create a dataset or schema out of the DB connection we just saved. From the Postgres connection, I'm choosing the right database and schema, and I can explore tables and views. I can even add custom query. Let me preview the point of sales table. Add it to the canvas. And now, I'm adding more tables to the canvas. I can even zoom in, zoom out, or pan canvas. Let me move payment method and customer type tables to the left side. For each table, under More Options, I can remove, rename, or duplicate the table. Now, using Store ID columns, I'm creating a connection between Store Table and Point of Sales Table. In Relationship Pop-up, I choose Unique Row for Store, as this is a master table or dimension table, and Row may repeat for Point of Sales, as this is a transaction table. For Row Match, I choose Keep Only Matching Rows option. So, now, as you can see, it's a one-to-many relationship. Similarly, I'll connect other dimension tables to the Point of Sales table, which is a transaction table. On the bottom left of the page, you can see the options: Live Connection or Extract. Live Connection means every time you use the dataset, query will be passed to your database. Extract means a copy of your data is saved in Silzila, and query will hit the saved data and not your database. I'm saving the dataset in Demo Workspace. Now I have the dataset ready for us to visualize the data. I'm creating a new playbook and choose the dataset we just saved under Demo Workspace. So now we are in Playbook, which is a studio mode to create dashboard. On the bottom left, you can see the dataset we just created with the 4 tables. I can even add more dataset to this dashboard. This dataset has 4 tables, and I can preview the respective table by selecting the table name. If you don't like the table view, you can select Column Names Only view. And I can hide the bottom dataset panel. Now, let me create a crosstab of region-wise sales. I'm adding region from store table into row drop zone. Now switching to point of sales table. As you can see, crosstab is the default visual selected. Let me add sales to measure drop zone. This is region-wise sum of sales. I can change aggregation type to average, min, max, and more. Now I'm switching crosstab visual to bar chart. I'm adding profit to the chart. I can change the look and feel of the chart from the options available under Chart Control section. Let's say I want to change the label. I can switch on or switch off label, and then I'm changing label font color to white. I'm changing label format to single digit for both sales and profit. Let me add another measure, quantity to the visual. As you notice, quantity values are too small to be seen in the chart. So I'm going to add a separate axis for quantity. Under Axis and Series section, I'm adding a new series. And for quantity, I'm switching to Series 2. As you see on the right-hand side of the chart, you can see a new y-axis for quantity. So left-hand side y-axis is up to 5 million, and right-hand side y-axis is up to 3.5 thousand only. Under Grid menu, I can switch off the Measure Grid. I have more options to customize. Let me go into Axis section and turn off Dimension Axis and revert it back. Also, I can invert the axis of the chart. And on Color section, I have wide variety of color palette available to choose from. There is an interesting feature in Silzila. For any chart, go to Chart Options, and you can click View SQL option to get the exact SQL for this visual. You can copy and run the SQL in your database to test the numbers. This feature will be very much useful if you are testing or verifying the numbers in the database. Also, I can download this chart data into Excel or download the visual as PDF or image too. Now let me switch back to crosstab from bar chart. This is an auto-generated title based on dimension and measures. I can manually rename the title. Let me add city field into row and adding payment method into column. I changed my mind and moving payment method into row. I want to do some formatting of values. Let me go to Format section. Add currency to sum of sales. For sum of profit also, I keep it as currency. I can do conditional formatting also. For sum of sales, I'm adding condition as above 1 million, give green background color. For sum of profit, I'm giving gradient rule. Let me add another conditional formatting for quantity. Less than 100, I'll make the background as yellow. Let me create a new visual by adding a new tile. From Point of Sales table, I'm dragging and dropping Order Date field into row and Sales field into measure. I can change time, grain of order date from year to quarter, month, or other available options. I'm switching from year to month, changing to year month, and changing sales from sum to average. And then, switching the visual to area chart. Now I'm going to margin section, adjusting left margin and right margin to increase the area available on both sides. I'm renaming the display name of order date field into month. Also, I'm renaming the tile to better represent what it contains. For Tile 1, instead of double-clicking the name, I go to Options, and from there, I select Rename to change the name of the tile. I'm creating a new tile. Let me add a KPI card now. I'm adding unit price to the measure. The field name unit price has an underscore. Let me rename it to make it more human readable. I can add filters to this visual. Let me add order date to chart filter. By default, it shows list of years for the date column. I'm selecting 2025. If I select year till date switch, it'll limit to start of the year till today for the selected year 2025. For the same order date, we have many ways to filter the date. Let me choose search condition. And I'm choosing year greater than or equal to 2025. Let me rename the tile as KPI card. I'll add a new tile and create a funnel chart. Changing chart to funnel chart. Adding sales, unit price, and then profit into measure. I can add some filters. Opening report filter panel. Adding payment method into it. And adding order date also into filter panel. Let me rename the tile as funnel. Then, creating a new tile. Adding customer type to row drop zone. Let me see how it looks in a column orientation. And adding quantity into measure. I'm moving custom type into row again, as this looks better to me. And I'm switching to bar chart. Let me quickly change label color to white. And I'm renaming the tile as customer type quantity. Also, renaming the dimension by deleting the underscore. Now that we have created multiple tiles, it's time to put everything together as a dashboard. Go to the dashboard. I can add tiles from the list of tiles. I'm resizing and rearranging the KPI card. Adding area chart and trying to fit in the first row. And adding funnel chart, resizing to fit just below the KPI card. Then adding the cross tab. Finally, the bar chart. Since there is not enough space left in the second row, the chart is automatically added to third row. I'm resizing it and moving into second row. As there are a lot of empty space at the bottom. I'm going to aspect ratio section and reducing the height of the page. I kept some empty space at the top to add a title. Going to object section and adding rich text. Since the rich text section is added in the middle of the page, I'm trying some mouse gymnastic work to move it back to the top. Believe me, moving to the top is not easy. Let me add a title. Make it bold. and increase the font size. The default theme is called Flat UI, with the tiles and the background are on a flat level. I can go to the theme section and change the border color to red, and revert back. I'm changing the theme to Soft UI. This has a shadow around every tile and looks better to me. Let me save the playbook into Demo Workspace. I'll call the playbook name as Landmark Sales Dashboard. This is how the dashboard looks in present mode. To go to Edit or Studio mode, click Edit button. I can add more tabs. Let me rename this tab as Home. I'll add a new tab and call it as Detail. I'm quickly creating a crosstab with various rows, columns, and multiple measures. Under Detail tab, I'll add this tile we just created, and resizing to fill the page. I'll copy the title from Home tab and paste in Detail tab, and move the title a little bit to neatly arrange on the top. I'll rename the title to Detailed Table. It's time to introduce buttons. Go to Home tab, click Object section, and click Add button, and reposition the added button to nearest title. I'll rename the text of the button to Next. I can add some icons too. I'll add right arrow icon, changing the size of the icon. I can attach some event to the button. Go to Action section and under Action Type, select Navigate to Tab, and select the tab you want to navigate to when the button is clicked. Let's test if the button click works. Similarly, I will add a navigation button in Detail tab also. I'm saving the playbook. What we are seeing is Edit mode, which is nothing but Studio mode. Let me switch to Present mode. This is how end users will see the report. I can switch tabs by clicking the respective tab names, or we can use the buttons to navigate to the tabs. Silzila has an interesting feature which is TV display mode. I'm clicking it, and you can choose what tabs you want to view as slides. And I can choose transition time between tiles. And also, I can set data refresh interval time. Now let's set and go. The playbook is opened in full screen mode, ideal for showing your reports in big screens. The slideshow will go on, and also data will be refreshed at periodic intervals. So literally you can keep the report open for months or years in big screens and get up-to-date insights with no human intervention. Let's talk about interactive filters. We added some filters in Report filter in a tile. If you go to Dashboard, you will see those filters. Let me open the report in Present mode. Let me select Card Payment Method. As you see, the visuals are getting impacted by the filter. I'll select 2024 in Order Date filter. The KPI card is blank, as we have applied 2025 filter at chart level. As expected, as I select 2025, the KPI card data is populating. If I choose Year till Date filter, for every year, data will be restricted from year start till today on that year. Let me go to Detail tab. As you can see, the filter selections are preserved here too. And when I change the filter, it's impacting in Detail tab also. Let's say you don't want to apply these filters to the Detail tab. How do you achieve? We'll go to Edit mode and deselect the More options under Filter Group 1, where I can choose the tiles I want to connect the filters. In Detail tab, there is only one tile available here, which is listed. If I uncheck Tile 1, you will get all the data, even for 2022, which is not selected in Filter. So this entire filter group containing 2 filters is not applied in this tab. We have more sophisticated filter options where you can move filters from right-hand side to the top of the dashboard. And we have so many advanced features which are not present in your favorite BI tools. We'll cover it in a separate video. Please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thanks for watching this video. See you in next video content.